Yo, what's up everybody? It's RicRom here, and today I'm going to bring you a new video. And today we're going to be doing something that is pretty much another RicRom Rambles, but at the same time it's something that I thought was pretty funny just because I saw some things happening over on I think X or Twitter the other day. I just wanted to talk about it. Pretty much like a one-off funny video, if you can call it a funny video. But yeah, apparently if you could read the title of the video, Kiriko is probably one of the best characters that Overwatch has released, regardless of like how like broken of a character she is, or like how insane like the inconsistencies are of her lore. But yeah, she is what keeps the lights on at Blizzard apparently, which is funny to think because if it weren't for like her, I know this is super exaggerated, but if it weren't for her, she probably wouldn't have helped out Overwatch as much, and maybe Overwatch right now would be dead. Some of you probably would have thought it was already dead after Overwatch 2, but if it weren't for her, man, she probably wouldn't have been able to say that she is the sole, well, not probably the sole, but one of the sole reasons of why Overwatch was allowed to continue after the Microsoft merger and after Overwatch 2's like crazy abysmal launch. So yeah, who is Kiriko? I'm pretty sure if you watch the channel, if you already know a little bit about Overwatch, Kiriko is one of the new characters that was introduced in Overwatch 2, one of the 3 new ones that came out, and was the only character that I remember that was tied behind a battle pass. But she is also the character that kind of broke some of the lore, because I think she was one of the only characters that introduced magic before like the whole like magic thing was done in Overwatch. Apparently there was this bullshit reason that the dragons were made out of like energy or pure light from Hanzo and Genji, but then later they started adding more lore with her and Mizuki and like, you know, Kiriko's father. But she was a character that I thought was pretty cool when it came out. I just thought she was probably one of the hardest to use, and around that time I tried getting back in Overwatch on console, and I was like, damn, this is not helping me like learn the new character. And it sucked that she was already behind a battle pass until they quickly hotfixed that. But yeah, Kiriko is the one of the new characters that I think it was kind of lightning in a bottle, regardless of how like shitty her lore is and her inconsistent personality is throughout the cinematic short and the game. Because in the cinematic short, she felt more like a, I guess for lack of a better term, like a Disney princess type of like, I guess, how do I say it, like a girl that has like attitude but can get shit done. But it's more like sweet, I guess. In the game, she's just like a snarky, like tsundere type of anime character. I don't want to say like really mean shit, but like she's really not like the most likable character in the game. But I think it's kind of funny that regardless of how she is in lore, how much she breaks the lore, whether she was supposed to be childhood friends of Genji and Hanzo when Genji and Hanzo are in their like late 30s, early 40s, and she's like in her 20s. It's like, it just makes no fucking sense. But yeah, she is one of the characters that I thought, you know, since she came out, was probably one of the best, like in gameplay and in design. Lore wise, like I said, it was probably the worst. But then again, you know, Overwatch, in my opinion, has always been a game that has like amazing gameplay but has like no lore, and that's like my like inside joke, because most characters from like the initial launch roster don't even have a lot of lore. I mean, look at Lucio. I don't even know shit about Lucio, only through interactions and stuff. But that's deriving from the main topic. But yeah, Kiriko is what keeps the lights on at Blizzard, which is insane because after Microsoft bought out Blizzard like a few years ago, I think, it turns out that Blizzard was the most like top performing studio out of Xbox or Microsoft's like merger, you know, which is crazy to think that Overwatch and Diablo 4 were the games that turned out to be like the best investment for Microsoft. And it's not like Halo or like any other like studios, like I think Bethesda or something. But yeah, man, it's insane that Blizzard was the game that, not Blizzard, Overwatch was the game, and Diablo was also another game that Blizzard made that turned out to be the best investments for Xbox. And I thought that was pretty funny. There's a little anecdote or like a little like Reddit post I'm gonna post up on screen. But it's funny to see that apparently after Overwatch 2 came out, there was a really big like question up in the air of even to keep Overwatch alive after the live service module or the model came out, and it being free to play. They wanted to know how to generate a lot of revenue, and they just didn't know like if if it was like up in the air, if this shit was still going to keep going. But apparently what kept Activision from like pulling the plug was the fucking Kiriko skin sales, and the most insane thing was that it's the Lace Seraphim sales too. And I started playing Overwatch 2 on and off. I played when the first launch came out, and then I just kind of fucked off for a bit. And then I think when Ramatra came out, I thought that was fucking cool. I can't remember if the Lace Seraphim collab was in between that, or maybe after that. But yeah, that's kind of what got me the. I think it was after it. It got me because I know Overwatch and the One Punch Man collab was the first one, but it's the one that got me to play Overwatch again. And I was like, you know what? I don't even know shit about Lace Seraphim. I just thought the skins were pretty cool. Contrary to popular belief, I do like Kiriko, and I am kind of a consumer. I like to consume Kiriko skins, which is funny, but apparently it's like the best-selling character for skins, and there's a reason why she's in almost every bundle. And it's funny to think that a dev has her tattooed on her arm, not even 5 years into her launch. But I think it's funny too, because it's man, without this inconsistent lore breaking fucking gameplay breaking character, dude, Overwatch would be fucking dead by now. And of course, since Kiriko, there's been a lot of up and down characters. Personally, when it comes to healers, my favorite, I'm more of a Juno guy. I like Juno a little bit more than Kiriko, and I try to buy more Juno skins than Kiriko. But I'd say Kiriko is pretty much another lightning in the bottle character. I know I say that for a lot of Overwatch characters, but that's the biggest one of my favorite games to say that they do have it next to fighting games, because dude, Blizzard, they make a lot of great character concepts. It's been very hit or miss recently, but I think with Kiriko, I know a lot of people like to shit talk her because of just how unpopular but also popular the character is. If that makes sense, that she is getting all these skins, and she's what single-handedly, I wouldn't say single-handedly, like I said, it's an exaggeration, it's a joke, but she is one of the big factors of why Overwatch can continue. And I think it's pretty funny. I have to give my thanks to this character and whoever designed her and whoever made her. And the thing is too, is that Kiriko could easily be one of the most brainless characters in Overwatch. She could have been another Moira, or if you play Marvel Rival, she could be Scarlet Witch, where it's just you just hold fucking the mouse key, or Mercy, hold the mouse key and just play it, let the game play it for you. But now Kiriko is more a light pocket Genji, which is funny now because they call her the Pocket Ninja. But she's a lighter Genji. She was supposed to be made for DPS and healing, but of course mostly healing. But she has a big learning curve. It's Genji with one shot, but she can absolutely demolish her opponents. But she really is a glass cannon. Recently, she can almost go 1v1 against Demon, but she can also get 2-tap out a Zen, or pretty much any high damage output character. But she's really good, especially with Suzu and Teleport, which is also an annoying thing that was introduced in Overwatch, which is how easily she can get in and get out and just change the tides. And her ult is pretty useful. But like I said, she's not an easy character. She has a high, in my opinion, a high skill ceiling, because I tried playing her on console. Dude, it's insane. But even more on PC, it feels a little bit easier because you kind of aim where she shoots her daggers. But at the same time, it's you really have to aim them. If not, you're going to be missing a lot of times. So that's why I said she's more of a pocket Genji, for the healers, for people who like using healers. So in recent memory, or in recent years, I feel I've used her more than Genji, and Genji was my favorite character back on console. And that's not to say that she's not a bad character. Of course her VA Sally Omaki, she makes she's a great voice actress, And it sucks that how the short and the comics and the games, they make her feel 3 different characters, but regardless, she gives her best performance. And now even more with Mizuki's lore drop with Shion and the whole Hashimoto thing. It is kind of unfortunate that there's less spotlight put on the Shimada brothers, but more on Mizuki and Kiriko. But I think that gives her a little bit more character. But at the same time, she does not come across as a likable character, especially in a recent arc where she has to look for forgiveness for Mizuki. Mizuki's this character that was not treated well by the new character Shion. But like I said, Kiriko is so inconsistent when it comes to character tone and I guess even skins too. But she is a character that I think a lot of the Overwatch player base has to thank for, man, because it's without her and her skin sales, man, dude, Overwatch would be history. Like it'd be more dead than like when Overwatch 2 came out. Like there'd probably be an end of service. But I'm glad she was a character that helped bring in a lot of players. I know like Juno and Ramatra and a lot of like other like Overwatch 2 characters like Lifeweaver brought in more of a player base. And now with the recent relaunch, they were able to do a 10-year anniversary relaunch with a bunch of characters. But yeah, it's just something I thought was kind of funny, especially since I made the thumbnail. Like I made that meme with Kiriko on the thumbnail. So I just want to talk about it. I thought it was pretty funny. And like most people, like some people hate her, some people love her. I'm like in the middle. To me she's kind of like she kind of reminds me of like a character in the fighting game that's just gonna get like a bunch of like skins because she's the one that sells more. And I think it's funny too because thinking about like selling a bunch of skins, it'd be kind of cool to see Kiriko in DOA. Maybe like in 6 last round, or that'd be a little bit too much because that's an end game and this is like a T-rated game. But I mean, we've had other SPS games like characters come out in DOA, and like we had Spartan from Halo make it to DOA 4. I thought it'd be kind of cool to see like Kiriko in there. Of course, the best character to have in a fighting game would be Doomfist, but I think that'd be nice to see like in KI or something. But yeah, back to the point, man. Kiriko is what keeps the lights on at Blizzard, and it's insane because you never know what could like end like a lot of jobs and stuff. And Kiriko, I know a lot of people probably like been laid off or you know left Blizzard, but Kiriko is what helped keep the game alive, and it's insane because it's actually true. Seeing that a lot of people like absolutely dog on this character for like getting a lot of costumes, but regardless, man, without her getting a lot of costumes, like that kind of just like there would not be bills paid at the Blizzard office without Kiriko. And that's why I don't mind buying a skin every now and then. I just hate it when it's like every week or every 4 days they redo the shop and they always have to have like a cool like skin one after the other, which kind of sucks. That's another conversation I didn't talk about when it comes to Overwatch, with like the skins dropping like one after the other. But at the same time, it's like it's completely optional if you don't even want to buy the skins. Recently, the last one I bought for her was the Yosobi skin. You know, the one musician that they had a collab with recently. Usually I just go for collab skins nowadays. Like there's a lot of cool like skins that come out in the shop, but now with Game Pass I'm like, oh, if I don't get it this season I can just try it next season, which is why you'll see me cycle through a lot of Kiriko stuff like in the video. And also like I said, she's like the most like marketable character too, and there's always, I think in my opinion, there's like 3 phases right now for Overwatch. One was a vanilla base Overwatch that was like there for like what, like 5 years, which the poster girl would be Tracer, and then the second one was Kiriko. And now in the modern era, even though she came out in Overwatch 2, Juno I think is like the poster girl of the modern like Overwatch era. Even though there's been like great characters since like the relaunch, I still think Juno is like phase 3 or gen 3 of Overwatch. I know there's like the Overwatch 1, 2, and then the relaunch. But in my opinion, I think the 3 poster like characters was Tracer, Kiriko, and Juno. I think it just like it kind of like reflects the era of when they came out, you know. And I'm kind of sad to see that Tracer hasn't been the poster girl for a while. But I do hope they make her like more relevant in the story and in gameplay wise too. She is like, you know, like the original. But it kind of reminds me of like JRPGs and shit, you know, or other games that have a protagonist like almost every generation. It kind of reminds me of like, if you guys know like Puyo Puyo, you know, the first one was like, who was it, Aural, then I forgot the second one, she's the blonde one, Amity I think was her name, and then the third one was Ringo. I think the second one's my favorite protagonist. I like Puyo Puyo. I love the Puyo Puyo series. Maybe they should make a collab with that. But yeah, man, it'd be kind of cool just to see her like just to see Kiriko in different things, you know, especially like in like I said, in other games. But she's the most marketable character, and like regardless how you feel of lore and like design wise and gameplay wise, she's kind of here to stay, and she's what saves Overwatch. So I don't think I can be too mad at her, even if she has like stupid like lore inconsistencies, like the whole fucking Shimada brothers like family friend, which is so odd to me. But I think she has a better lore with Mizuki now than with like the Shimada brothers. But yeah, it's funny, she kind of broke a lot of things, but she's also the main reason, like in the real world, she's the real like one of the big real reasons why the game is still going. So I don't mind it. I fucking bought a hat like the other day at GameStop for like $5 on clearance that I'm never getting use of Kiriko, and I've recently pre-ordered her Nendroid that I never got from the first run, so that kind of bit me back. I wish I bought her when she first came out, but I guess no one. I wasn't into Overwatch around that time. And then I do remember seeing the fucking stupid Funko Pop like recently, not recently, like a couple years ago at a mayor. I never picked it up, and then when I finally did think about picking it up, that shit was long gone. I don't even like Funko Pops, but those things can go up for like a lot of money. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to ramble about today. Fucking Kiriko is the, in a way, she's what saved Overwatch, man. She keeps the lights on at Overwatch, and it's insane to me to think that in the modern era she's still getting a lot of skins, but it's also insane to me to like, you know, say that she's a really bad character and Overwatch would be better off without her. I think that's completely how do I say it, subjective to the player. You know, some people hate fighting her in comp, some people like love using her in like casual games, but I think I'm in the middle. I think when I need to play like a good like healer with a lot of potential to help, like you know, not counter, but like to help like what's it called, debug a lot of characters, or to like Suzu them, I think Kiriko is good. But like I said, I'm always more of a Juno main. I think Juno is just like a better character in my eyes. I think she just has better appeal, better personality. She seems more thought out, and she's like, in my opinion, just like a better character overall. But yeah, man, grown man talking about Kiriko saving Overwatch. How do you guys think about this? Let me know what you think about in the comments down below. I know this is a different video. Recently, you've been seeing me do different videos on fighting games lately, but that's something I'm going to get down to the next video. And also, if this is your first time seeing my video or seeing these type of videos on my channel, please drop a like and subscribe. What I really just do here, I just like ramble, and I just like talking about stuff that kind of catches my my eye or interests me during the time that, like, you know, in recent times, it just usually I like to talk about stuff that just grabs my attention. But yeah, what do you all think about Kiriko from Overwatch? You think she's a lightning in the character bottle? You fucking hate her? You think she's like over exaggerated? Do you think she's inconsistent? Or do you just like her as a character, design wise and gameplay wise? I like her design wise, gameplay wise. All the other stuff sucks, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just like the character in general. I like a lot of Overwatch characters in general, but I guess since I bought so many skins with Kiriko, I guess she's also like top, I would say top 10, not top 5, but she's a good character, and I'm glad. I'm really thankful for her, because without that I wouldn't have been able to reignite my love for Overwatch and get back into the franchise, even though a lot of people in my personal life and some people in my online life don't really care for Overwatch anymore. I'm glad I'm still back in here, and it's like it generates like good amounts of viewership too and interactions. I love the Overwatch community that does interact with the videos. I think they're great people. Also, I just hope you all just like enjoy this new video, this new piece of content. I'll see what I do in the next few pieces of content. But yeah, hope you all like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I hope to see you all in the next piece of content. Goodbye and take care.